Well, it's finally time to do the game room tour, the one I've been promising for the last few videos. Finally got around to getting everything in order, cleaned up, and got some time to do it. So let's check it out. So here we go. The layout hasn't necessarily changed a whole lot since the last time I did a video. But what has changed is that my collection has definitely grown. Added a couple of lights for recording for a green screen, just to have better lighting. But yeah, pretty much it's the same layout. I got all my video games over here, toys and some stuff over there, a couple of some video game stuff, handhelds back there. And then the toy section, the main toy section, is right here. My Ghostbusters collection has like exploded since the last time I've done that. It's like 2 shelves with some Beetlejuice. Then I've got me an 80s action hero section. I'm trying to add to this. It's hard to find them, but you know, we got a few with a Terminator thing going down there. Dukes of Hazzard with my picture from when I actually met Boss Hogg. I got some Popeye things down there. That's probably the next section that's gonna go, because Popeye, I really haven't done much with it. But, you know, as soon as something else expands, that should be the first to head out, because the Star Wars section has gotten pretty crazy, and I finally did what I wanted to do, which was put it kind of themed with each individual movie. The Star Wars, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And I kind of did a little scene here with Obi-Wan getting sliced down by Darth Vader. It's kind of fun to do that, make little scenes. It's also extremely nerdy, I understand that, but you know, I could be doing worse things with my time. Indiana Jones down there, and then this is kind of a new addition, Star Trek. Mostly the Next Generation characters you see there in the middle with all the ships, but there's a few from some of the other series. Then Ninja Turtles. Got kind of a battle scene going down here. Up here is just kind of a random whatever, because there's not enough room for everyone here. These shelves get busy real quick. GoBots down here. E.T. And then we got Alf and the Gremlins. And then really what has changed is the He-Man section, Masters of the Universe, has exploded since the last time I've done this. I really went on a spree of collecting He-Man. And the sad part is right now is my He-Man is busted. I'm ordering some new rubber legs for him. There is his woman up there on Cringer all alone. So very sad, but as soon as I get him replaced, get the legs back on, he's actually hiding back down there, but he's busted. As soon as I get him repaired, he'll be back up there, so no worries. But yeah, the He-Man thing has gone crazy. That was always probably my favorite cartoon during the 80s. I mean, I loved He-Man so much. I've really gotten a lot of the movie trays, the TV trays. Got a couple hidden back there. And I've got a Ghostbusters one that I haven't hung yet, but it's up there. And then my trash cans, I'm starting to find trash cans. I got that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trash can not too long ago, and a Garfield one. I actually had that exact trash can when I was younger. So that was a cool find back there, hidden behind the light. And I still got my tall Pac-Man trash can back there too, kind of hidden behind the green screen. So this is kind of my area where I make my videos and we play our games. Got a good setup in here now. I got all my video games that I'd want to play, make any recordings of, and everything's hooked up, so that makes it real convenient. Let's check it out over here. Got a bunch of stuff up top again, and then I got some more trays. Super Mario Brothers, Pac-Man, E.T., which I need to move the E.T. one over here because I moved E.T. on that side. Got some Garfield and Gumby stuff up there, and then we got a Smurf crazy zone with still the Noid back there going nuts because he's surrounded by Smurfs. A few consoles down there, and this is all kind of my video game toys. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Super Mario Brothers, Mario Kart. There's some Sonic toys. And then I've got a little Donkey Kong section down there. And I tell you, Donkey Kong is hard to find memorabilia from. I'm on the lookout for that, but it's really hard to find, and usually when you do, it's expensive. Over here, I don't really know what you'd call this. I mean, this is kind of just like an homage to the 80s, sort of. It's just what it's kind of turned into. I got this sweet boombox not too long ago, cleaned it up. It works, everything's great. I've been looking for one for a while, and this was the one. I mean, it's a Sony, and it was a real cheap price too, so I got it. Got some Michael Jackson stuff, which I know Michael Jackson is a creep, you know, especially after the Finding Neverland thing, but you know, his music rules, and it was the first album I ever bought, so it's kind of creepy, but at the same time it's sentimental to me. I just try not to think about what might be true and what isn't. Got some other things up there, the Viewmaster, Sony Watchman, Rubik's Cube. So I'm trying to add like random 80s little trinkets up there too, just kind of like an 80s section. And then I'm really into these old TVs. I love the old tube TVs, and I really didn't have a place to put them. This was the exact TV I had in my room with this exact Atari. Actually, well, this is not the exact TV, it's the same model. I found one and I knew it was the exact same because that image was burned into my brain how it looks. But this is the original Atari that I played with, so that was pretty sweet. And then I've got a top loader NES hooked up down here, Sega Genesis hooked up, and then down below I've got this really crazy red, white, and blue TV with all my Nintendo Power magazines down there as well. I've got a bunch of those since the last time I've made a video. Alright, so here's kind of like the handheld gaming section. I've got my Virtual Boy back there, my Game Boy, and then a bunch of those really crappy Tiger handheld electronics games, but I don't know, I think the artwork is pretty cool on them. You know, like there's some video game ones and then some movie based ones down there. I certainly don't play them, but I just like how they look. And then you got all my video games, and I tell you guys, my NES collection has grown crazy. I'm like up to like 500 NES games, getting to the point where I've actually ran out of room in this whole section, so I don't know what we're gonna do. I might have to start taking over the boxed games area. But we got Atari and television over here, Odyssey, some of the older stuff, and then of course the NES, boxed NES. We got Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and then just some random other stuff too, some PlayStation games that I have, GameCube. Then we've got a bunch of Sega games, Sega Master, Sega Genesis, some Dreamcast. Down below there is some loose Sega Genesis, and then I got Wii U games down there too. I mean, obviously my passion for video game collecting has always been NES. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And Atari, you know, I've got quite a bit of Atari games too. And as you can see, my collection has gotten so big with all my stuff, I've just kind of had to work it in on the shelves too and try to make it like somewhat themed, because there's just no more room. Up here, my boxed video game systems has really taken off, and it's just kind of getting up and up and up. I'm probably gonna have to build another shelf. Just got some stuff hung over here on the wall, some Super Mario cars, Hot Wheels cars, some Atari ones, and then there's some Pee Wee Herman stuff up there I didn't have anywhere else to put. I added these couches and chairs. They're vintage from the 80s. They're really sweet. I got those not too long ago. They just fit better. The Pac-Man table Carrie got me, and there's some more Nintendo Hot Wheels stuff that I'm buying. I still buy new stuff too, you know. It just depends on what it is, but mostly the old stuff. Oh, and back here when you first came in, I've hung some old Halloween costumes up there. I've got E.T., He-Man, a Superman, and a Swamp Thing. You know, it's just little collections all over the place. One more swoop through here. Oh, and I added carpet as well. So, and there's my NES power pad down there in case I ever want to do some exercise. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way my game room is right now. I mean, it's packed in here, but I don't think it's quite reached hoarder level yet. I mean, we might be getting there, but the thing with me is I will get rid of stuff, you know. I mean, if it's like doesn't really fit my collection anymore, I get rid of it, and I think that's kind of the key to having a collection like this, is you got to eventually cull from it and pull certain things that maybe you're just not into as much anymore, or it just doesn't quite fit with the collection, so that it somewhat stays healthy, even though I don't know if I would consider this healthy, but I don't know, I love it. I just love being able to come up here and sit and feel like a kid again and just enjoy a simpler time. But anyways, guys, that's my game room tour. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Later. You can hear the kids in here being loud, which I've asked them to be quiet. I'm pretty sure I said, can y'all be quiet, not can you be extra loud. Okay?
Are you gonna edit that?
No. You're going in it. Hush. Andrew, hush!